are going to have a silent, we're going to go silently in honor of it being Memorial Day. We're going to do the grid silently. So I will not read it. You guys will be able to watch it. Do remember tomorrow is Memorial Day, and remember the reason for it. Please take a moment to remember a fallen soldier or honor them in some way. As Ryan Pud Soper is tonight, he is running that American flag paint scheme there on the inside of row number 1. Harley Barletta got a new paint scheme for tonight. Greg McDaniel's running a Taco Bell scheme. I do believe that one's a custom. Jason Rome is out there. He is in the 14 car. I don't think these cars have the possibility of pulling what we've in BRR have termed the Canadian start, but we will see if he can spin it on a start tonight. And a lot of cars we've never seen out here tonight. Eric Stoy has a new paint scheme out here tonight. He just made this one this afternoon, a Hooters paint scheme. Robert Colgan out there. Brandon Springer. Let's see what other... Bill Percy had an interesting and a really cool paint scheme. It's actually got the HTSAI logo on the back. I am sure Mike Smith from Boogity Motorsports, he's got a Boogity Motorsports painted car. And it looks like the one car of John Schmidt is Lightning McQueen tonight. And let's see who's... That one that says 45 is actually being scored as the number 10 car. That is Caleb Forsyth, and that thing is shiny and awesome. Looks like Johnny B from XCal did not grid, so it looks like we're going to have about 20 cars starting this one. So just about the same as what we saw in the XCal All-Star event. Larry Ashby is cheering on Harley Barletta. If you guys got any other suggestions for the $5 bonus, let us know. Don't forget to hit that share button. We're about to go green flag racing. You don't want anybody to miss this. 75 laps, 2 fast repairs, unlimited tires, unlimited fuel, 18-degree turns, a 12-degree front straightaway, and a 5-degree back straightaway. Michigan is about to get a whole lot louder. Take a deep breath, folks. You've seen Daytona and Talladega. You've seen them 2 and 3 wide. These cars can go 5 wide here. Will they? Yeah, probably. Let's be honest about it. Once they get about a lap in, they'll be almost to full speed when they come back to the start-finish line. And then it will be nose to tail, side by side, 3 wide all the way around, probably 4 wide all the way around, and occasionally we will get to see some 5 wide racing. Green flag is in the air. Here they go as Ryan Pud Soper leads them down the front straightaway. Pud gets a good jump. Garmin on the inside and Morgan on the outside. Right behind him, Pud ought to know better than to try and run away like this. He's going to get run over, but here he goes. He's got a good lead already coming through 1 and 2. Everybody makes it through 1 and 2. We'll look back through the field. A little further back, they were briefly 3 wide through 1 and 2 as Topher Baltimore back there in the solid black 73 car. And the 17 of Jeremy Leto back there as well. Meanwhile, up front it's Pud, but we've got a 3 wide, briefly 3 wide. Now they're back 2 wide. Now they're going to look for 3 wide. Jacob Morgan's looking to get around these two. Jacob Morgan's going to give Harley Barletta a push down the front straightaway. They are bump drafting down the front straightaway. The front four have actually managed to break away. These cars behind them, led by Jason Rome, they're going to have to get single file out there if they have any chance of catching up. It looks like that outside line fell apart. It did, and now Harley Barletta is off the front in the lead. Meanwhile, back here mid-pack, Eric Stoy in the Hooters Trojan car. He is battling with the 30 car there. That is Greg McDaniel. Nate Anders there on the outside. These guys start to get single file as well. They know they have to kind of work together, get back up to, oh my goodness, the 5 car. Jacob Morgan, he was trying to bump draft Harley Barletta. Got him a little loose, maybe a little too hard there. Harley telling him, calm down just a little bit there, buddy. And now the 3 car is looking to the inside. That is David Garman. Looking back in the pack, so far the biggest jump, Robert Colgan. He is up now to 7th place. He's picked up 3 spots Jeremy Leto in the 17. He's picked up 5 spots. He started in 18th. He dropped a spot. He's being scored in 14th, but Leto knows how to drive this car here. As the 9 car right in front of him, that's Mike Smith, gets a little bit loose coming off turn 4. Topher Baltimore, Brian Oshinska back here playing it a little bit safe with John Schmidt and George Young there. Bill Percy hanging out back there as well in the 95. Harley Barletta back up front. They're looking 3 wide through 1 and 2. They are going to go 3 wide through 1 and 2. Harley Barletta sitting in the middle of the track. He's running that middle line pretty well right now. They sort out. Now the 3 car of David Garman, the 2 BRR guys, they are hooked up together. Jacob Morgan on the outside. And Ryan Pud Soper back right behind him. Those two are going to have to work together. Harley drifts up. He looked like Harley and Garman were going to work together, but Harley just kind of left him. And Morgan, they're trying to hold him down there way at the bottom. Heck of a race going on up here at the front, a little bit further back. This pack, they needed to get single file and sort themselves out. They haven't yet. Travis Sokup there on the outside. Looks like Eric Stoy and Robert Colgan are leading this one right now, but Travis Sokup, Jason Rome, and Nate Anders all there together. Brandon Springer just a little bit further. Then we've got this pack, which is getting very exciting, as it looks like that 45 car, I believe it's the 10, I believe that's Caleb Forsyth, there on the bottom in the shiny car. He is really struggling with the handling on this car right now. Meanwhile, Jeremy Leto is not struggling. One of the X-Cal drivers here. Fully expect to see him up front. We did see a similar strategy in their 200 lapper here. Some of these guys went to the back and hung out back there to play it safe and then came to the front when it mattered. They're 4 wide. No, they think a little bit better of it. Everybody sorts themselves out. They're back just 2 wide. Back up front, this battle for the lead has not stopped. You've got Garman and Barletta there pushing each other. Ryan Pud Soper drops way low coming through there. He's going to get under Jacob Morgan. Morgan hops in line, though. And don't forget, they are racing for money. The winner gets $30. Second place is $25, third is $15, fourth is $10, and fifth place is $5, plus the fan vote for the additional $5. Almost $100 in cash tonight. These guys are pushing for everything they're worth. This group actually, led by, let's see, Jeremy Leto still leading this group around. He's got Jeff Hinkle up there on the high side right now. They are actually starting to gain some ground. They've got Brandon Springer right there. Once they swallow him up, if they can get single file, that group is big enough to catch the lead pack. Here is the second pack, a 5-car pack that is still battling for every position. Now, 5th place is going to be in this pack, at least at the moment, as they go 3 wide. Eric Stoy straight up the middle. He's got a run coming off turn 2. He's going to jump to the front of this pack. Put the 4-car up into 5th place, at least for the moment. But on the inside, the 7-car, Robert Colgan, is right there. Up on the high side, Jason Rome. As they come out of turn 4, 3 wide. Back up front, Harley Barletta, with a little help from David Garman, seems to be able to hold on to this lead pretty well. But Pud down there on the bottom is showing some strength, even by himself. Jacob Morgan back there pushing the 2 leaders. Let's take a ride from inside Jacob's car. That U.S. Coast Guard, that is on the back of David Garman. He is active duty Coast Guard. And while we honor those that have fallen tomorrow, definitely want to thank those that served, those who have served, all of our veterans, and all of our active duty. And you can see just how close these guys are getting. Jacob Morgan hopping down there to give Pud a little bit of a hand. Pud drifts up a little high. He almost drifts in the 81, but he knows how to drive one. Oh, and Morgan gets a little bit squirrely after getting into the back of Pud there. Meanwhile, this second pack, Eric Stoy still continues to lead. You got Nate Anders on the outside. Robert Colgan down there in the 7-car. The 14 of Jason Rome. Travis Sokup back there in the 88 car. Looking through the field to see if we have any huge movers right now. Greg McDaniel, who started up in about 5th place, has now dropped all the way back to 16th in that 30 car. Don't expect him to be back there too terribly long. He definitely knows how to get around this track and get back to the front. And honestly, extremely impressed. As hard as these guys are battling all over the track, they've been green for 11 laps. But this second group is really starting to gain on the leaders. They were 4 seconds behind just a few laps ago. Now they're 3 1/4 seconds, so they've gained 3/4 of a second just in a couple of laps. And as they sort themselves out, we saw they went single file briefly. If these guys stick together and stay single file, they could catch back up to that lead pack pretty quickly. But they're not going to do that. They're going to go 3 wide now as they go off into turn 3. And now the 4 of Eric Stoy looking to the inside. Now they're 3 wide. Eric has a massive run. He takes it down to the inside. He gets underneath Jason Robe and the 7 of Robert Colgan. And this group back here is still 3 wide. You got Jeremy Leto, Caleb Forsyth, George Young, Greg McDaniel, and Topher Baltimore in this group. And you got some guys back there just moving all over the track. That's the 48 of George Young. He is all over the place. George is a great guy. He is one that we get to race with occasionally, and not a member of any leagues that we broadcast here, but a great guy to run with, especially on dirt. Eric Stoy back up leading the second pack as they come around, almost getting into the side of Jason Rome there. They managed to keep them apart. Jason Rome now being scored in 5th place. Back up front, Harley Barletta continues to lead. He's got Garmin pushing him. I guarantee you that cooperation will last till about lap 73. And this lead group, with their dicing around, has actually lost that 3/4 of a second. They've lost almost another second. They are 4.2 seconds behind the lead pack now. You guys got to get single file up there. Jeremy Leto continues to lead the third pack around. He's got the 23 of Jeff Hinkle on the high side. Caleb Forsyth right there with him. Brandon Springer right there with him. Topher Baltimore has somehow gotten separated from this pack now. He is showing about 5.5 seconds back from Greg McDaniel. John Schmidt is in a small pack back here with Mike Smith. And Brian Oshinska in the 44. Oh! Garmin is pushing extremely hard on the 81 of Harley Barletta as they come through the front straightaway, but these guys are now single file again. We're only 16 laps into this. That front pack has a almost a 5-second lead at this point. But Jason Rome and crew behind him, Eric Stoy, Robert Colgan, Nate Anders, and Travis Sokup, all of them are now single file, at least for the moment. Sokup has lost the pack here briefly. We'll see if he can draft back up to it. And behind him, this bigger pack is losing a lot of time, but putting on one heck of a show. As they come through every turn 3 wide, everybody's trying to pick up every single position they can here. Three wide down the front stretch. Bill Percy sticking his nose out there to the front of this group now. Ryan Soper just ran the fastest lap of the race. He ran a 49.01. Ryan is extremely good in these street stocks. The 5-car pushes the 3 a little too hard. The 3 is getting way squirrely here. Easy there, boys. Now those 3 are connected nose to tail. You couldn't fit a piece of paper between the 3 of them. Bill Percy has been involved in a crash. Let's take a quick look. Whoops. Oh, it looks like Bill just came down and got into... Oh, Bill's torn up. He'll get a fast repair and get back out there, but... Meanwhile, it looks like... David Garmin has hopped to the lead. And I'm looking to see where the 81 Harley Barletta has dropped all the way back. And he is coming to pit road now. So Harley Barletta comes to pit road. I don't believe that's for fuel. So I'm not sure if he got some damage. We'll have to find out. Meanwhile, David Garmin now up to the lead. He is pulling Jacob Morgan and Ryan Soper hanging out back there. And let's see if we can find... See if we can find what happened to Harley Barletta here. Looks like they were leaning on each other way hard in the corner. He got a bump up into the wall. Just barely manages to keep it off the back bumper of Ryan Soper. Race is still just in the first third. He could still come back, as could Bill Percy. All they need is a well-timed caution to get back where they need to be. Checking on another one that had fallen back, Topher Baltimore back in 14th, and Brian Oshinska back there with Mike Smith. Those two are gaining, so the three of them will be able to get hooked up and see if they can catch up to Brandon Springer, who's been falling back for quite some time. Brandon had started in 11th. He had picked up several positions, got himself in the top 10 for a while, but obviously having some struggles as Jacob Morgan drops to the low side. Looks like Pud is going to go with him, and that's going to leave David Garman to drop back into third. Garman said not so fast. He has taken all the momentum he can to the high side. It won't be enough, but he will maintain the draft. Meanwhile, Nate Anders in this group, they have fallen almost 6 seconds back now, but with a 3-car pack in front of them, if these guys will stay single file, they could actually catch that lead group very quickly. There's 5 of them and 3 up there, but it doesn't look like they're going to stay single file for long as they go too wide through the turn. Jason Rome and Eric Stoy on the bottom, push to the front of that group. And it looks like Travis Sokup's just kind of hanging out back there, waiting to see what happens. Meanwhile, this pack behind him is single file, led by Caleb Forsyth. That's got George Young, Jeremy Leto, and Greg McDaniel in it. As the 48 drifts up mid-corner, almost gets into the back of that chrome car in front of him. And Jason Rome just ran the fastest lap of the race. He ran a 48.9. In fact, he is the first driver to break the 49-second time. Almost a third of the way through, and this front group, this front 3-car group, David Garman, Jacob Morgan, Ryan Soper, they just continue swapping the lead here. As Garman was in the back just a moment ago, now he moves back to the front. Now Ryan Soper on the bottom, he is looking for the lead, but now they're going to make it 3 wide as Jacob Morgan comes straight up the middle. And it was Jacob Morgan at the line with the lead. It looks like these three have no interest in pulling away anymore. They are going to start battling each other with 50 laps to go. Harley Barletta is back out on track. And looks like Bill Percy might be stuck on pit road. We'll have to see if we can get an update here in a few minutes, but I'm not seeing his car back out on track just yet. Front 3 continue to battle, and David Garman, he's got this draft figured out, and these cars, he doesn't run these cars that often, but here you have it, folks. He is Definitely working the draft really well. Can he see the air like Dale? You gotta wonder. And Ryan Soper, of course, very experienced in these cars. He is battling these two for the lead as well. Jason Rome and this group have continued to stay single. Well, they are no longer single file. They're back to 2 wide. They go single file for about a lap, then they start battling again. They are now 6.2 seconds behind, with Eric Stoy leading pack number 2. And the third pack, being led by Caleb Forsyth, has stayed single file. They are gaining on that second pack. They are less than 2 seconds behind now. So it looks like one of the cars in the back there, I believe that is Greg McDaniel. Yes, indeed. Greg looked like he was having some difficulty in 1 and 2. Back up front, these three just won't settle down at all. David Garman scored in the lead that time. It looks like they're about to pick up a lapped car right in front of them. Let's see if we can see. That is the 23 of Jeff Hinkle right in front of him. So Jeff will be able to get into this pack and hook onto them. That should make this group a little bit faster. Jeff Hinkle currently about 1 lap down, excuse me. Barletta 1 lap down. Bill Percy might be done. We'll have to wait and see if we get an update. Meanwhile, they come off the turn, even with a lap car there, they come off the turn 3 wide. Oh! David Garman gets a little bit of a bump, bounces off Ryan Soper. Everybody keeps it straight. Garman stays in the draft. And he'll have a little help from his from the 23 car. As the 23 drops down, he bridges the gap between the 3 and the Ryan Soper car, the 84. Eric Stoy now leading that pack, at least at the moment. He's got Jason Rome on the inside. Jason Rome currently being scored in 4th. They are almost 7 seconds back now. Dropping back to Caleb Forsyth and group number 3. Being led by George Young. They have knocked another half a second off of their gap behind the second pack, so they should be swallowing them up anytime in the next few laps. As that second pack just can't seem to sort themselves out. Good evening, Aaron Mason. All right, guys, as we approach halfway, as we mentioned, this is a money race. The top 5 get paid, and we have $5 of bonus cash that we're going to give to a fan-voted driver or first person crashed or first car lap down. Whatever you guys choose, whatever the unanimous vote is, that is what we're going to do. So drop a comment in the chat what you want the first $5 or the $5 bonus to go to. As the lead pack is getting dicey again, Garman was pushing Soper there for a moment, gets a run to the high side. Morgan gets a run to the low side. They come across the start-finish line 3 wide. Jeff Hinkle wisely just staying right within the draft, hanging back a little bit, watching this unfold behind him. John Schmidt has had an incident. Let's see what happened. Looks like he might have gone off the track. Lightning McQueen burning those tires off. Oh, he gets a little bit loose through the turn there, through 1 and 2. We've seen that happen. And Harley Barletta was right there. Harley gets a little bit of it, but they both managed to keep it straight. Meanwhile, back up front, Jacob Morgan. Hey, good evening, Super B. Jacob Morgan back to the lead. And, you know, we're approaching halfway. These guys have been playing fairly calmly. We have not had a caution yet, which comes as a surprise. These things, with this setup, they drive just like a cup car at Daytona and Talladega. It is drafting. It feels like you're on a restrictor plate, and these things are... Oh! Jacob Morgan smacks the wall coming off turn 2, loses a lot of momentum. Garmin shoots up into second. Caleb Forsyth, group number 3, they have lost a little bit of ground here. They had gotten within a second and a half of the second group now. Now they are almost 3 seconds back from the second group. Group number 2 currently being led by Jason Rome as they continue. Everybody is just bump drafting, leaning on each other, getting everything they can out here tonight. They've actually closed down the gap to the lead pack now. They are within 6 seconds. They were up to about 7 seconds. They're now back to about 6 seconds. So I don't know that Caleb Forsyth's group, as it has shrank, it's now just him and Greg McDaniel. Jeremy Leto is falling off. Brandon Springer back there by himself still. George Young alone out there. And Topher Baltimore as well. These guys need a well-timed caution. Harley Barletta has crashed again. It looks like his car might have just died on the back straightaway. I'm not seeing what happened to it. And Eric Stoy in the 4 car. Oh, he just got a little bit loose. Collected the 7 car. Both of them managed to get back on track. Will they lose that pack, though? Eric Stoy did lose his drafting help, and back behind him, Caleb Forsyth and Greg McDaniel. That 2-car pack that was gaining so much ground earlier is starting to lose it. Robert Colgan has entered pit road. We might be seeing at the halfway point the one and only caution, or the one and only pit stop here tonight, I should say. Aaron makes a good point. Either the person that avoids the big one the best, if we have one, or the person that makes up the most points. Right now, there's 2 drivers who have made up 8 positions. Those are the biggest movers so far tonight. George Young started in 20th. He is up to 12th. Brian Oshinska started in 22nd. He is up to 14th. Ironically, they are both out there all alone right now, as is Topher Baltimore in 13th. Caleb Forsyth has actually made up 8 spots as well, as has Jeremy Leto at this point, after they take 9th and 10th during this round of pit stops. Back up front, Ryan Soper continuing to lead now. Jacob Morgan, after smacking the wall, has lost that front draft. He has got Jeff Hinkle to work with, though. And if you've got a Hinkle to work with, you're in pretty good shape. They are about 3.8 seconds behind the 2 leaders. And it looks like they're actually going to pick up they might pick up a lap car. Was there a lap car in between them? I don't think so. Oh, there are some lap cars there. Harley Barletta and the 1 car of John Schmidt. So those couple of guys can get hooked back up. They could be able to make their way to their front. Johnny B saying, oh, Johnny B lost his internet connection. Super B, are you already on iRacing or? Super B, go check out XCal. You can find a link to them on our website, htsai.net. Here, I'll throw the information on the screen for you real quick. There you go. And you can find the information on our Facebook page, as well as the link to our race sponsor, Niney and Gigi's Designs. So definitely go check them out. But yes, XCal runs street stocks hardcore style every week. John Schmidt has crashed. Greg McDaniels has gone off track. And I'm wondering if those two are related. John Schmidt spins off the track, no caution. He clears the track there. And let's see what happened to Greg McDaniel. Oh, looked like he got a bit of a bump through turn 1. Ended up on the infield. Spins, rolls. Almost. Is he going to be able to stick the landing? He does stick the landing. Caution is out. First caution of the night. And Ryan Soper continues to dominate. David Garman in second, and now they are going to be all packed back up together. And let's see who we can talk to. What do you say? Let's see if we can talk to Pud. Hey, Pud, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, I've got you.
Hey, you have a little bit more experience here, obviously, in the last month or so. So, what is who's your toughest competition up there first?
Oh, the 3-car and the 5-car. It's pretty tough up here.
Well,
but other than that, it's actually pretty fun.
Now that the pack is going to be back together again, any change in strategy, or are you just going to keep sending it?
I'm just going to keep sending it.
We would expect nothing less out of you, bud. All right, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you for putting on the show.
Oh, you're very welcome. All right, let's see who else we can talk to here as they do some pit stops. See if we can talk to David Gorman. He's been up there at the front all night. David Garman, this is Doug in the booth. You got me, buddy?
What's up, Doug?
Hey, man. You've managed, despite some interesting situations, to hang on to that top pack. You going to be able to get up there and get this thing done tonight?
Well, I hope so. I mean, I'm sitting here waiting on gas right now, so we'll see. Take too much, but it'll be all right. But nah, we're going to just keep doing what we were doing and stay out of trouble and try and get the win.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. Good luck trying to get around that 84 car. Pud definitely knows how to wheel these things.
It should be fun.
All right, man.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Who else is out there? that we could talk to. Looking to see. All right, let's talk to Brian Oshinska. He's made up the most points tonight, or positions. Hey, Brian, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Doug?
Hey, man, pretty good. How about you?
I'm not used to this. Been running the back all night, but I mean, it's actually fun. I was doing better once the long runs made because the tires wore out. I don't know.
Well, you got another shot at it. You're back up there in the. You're right outside the top 10, and you're back in the lead pack. You can be able to make your way through here now. You got a little practice in.
I think so. It's probably gonna take me a little bit though. Like I said, I seem to do better on worn tires. Seems like I do that in every car I drive. I don't know what it is, but you know what I mean. It's just I'm good on long runs. Let's put it that way. So I feel a little better now that I got the, like you said, the long run in the practice. So we'll see what happens.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it.
All right, Brian Oshinska now up to 11th, and we got a request to talk to the driver who flipped, and I just went and looked. His race channel is off now. He is not only muted himself, but Greg, it looks like he's turned off his being able to hear other drivers now as well. I imagine he's a little frustrated, but on the upshot, for once, it was not me that wrecked him. So as the pace car comes off, green flag is in the air. Jason Rome leads him down, and no spin by Jason Rome. As he is known, if you've ever watched a BRR Cup race here, he has been known for pulling the Rome. That is when you spin your tires on a restart and slam into everybody. But now Jason has to worry because there is a guy that knows how to wheel these street stocks. That is Jeremy Leto. He is one of the top drivers in XCal racing. He is always a guy to... Johnny B asking, can he hold on to the win? We'll have to wait and see. You know, he can get through, but with Leto up there now, that's a big question mark. And it looks like Greg McDaniel actually turned his mic and everything back on after the green flag. Just looked over there. All right, so they are 3 wide up front. Surprisingly, this pack is already broken up. I mean, we've been green for about a lap now. David Garman is leading a second pack, but this front 5, they are side by side and still breaking away. And Super B, look us up on Facebook, and you can find it via the website and shoot me a message. I will help you get in touch with XCal if you're interested in street stock racing. It is a bit, their series is a bit detailed. They have teams and everything else. It's a really awesome concept, but it does take a little bit extra work every week. But it shows. If you watched some of the past races on Tuesday night, it really, really shows how awesome that group of guys is. All right, George Young started in 20th, now up to 7th place. So there's another car charging towards the front. And this pack now being led by early leader David Garman. And it looks like we're down to about 12 cars on the lead lap. But meanwhile, up front, it is Jeremy Leto, scored as the leader at the line this time by. He's got Pud right there with him. And it looks like Leto might actually be having a connection difficulty. He is right up there, though, that they are going to have to get around Jason Rome, of course, both of those guys, very detailed. They've run a couple of races here. They ran the XCal All-Star event here. That was a wild race. They were 3 and 4 wide all the way around. You can find that race video on our YouTube channel. In addition to all of our previous broadcasts and most of our in-cars, I have not put up my Coke 600 run yet. Jacob Morgan looks like he's still got some damage to that right side from smacking the wall earlier. He is still managing to... Oh! Pud makes a power move to the inside there. Coming down the back straightaway, he's going for the lead. He's got a run underneath Jason Rome. Off into turn 3, Jason Rome moves up. He's got Leto on the high side. Leto has to move up a little bit. Rome comes down, and Jacob Morgan is right there. And I do know XCal is looking for some drivers. It should be under How to Suck at iRacing on YouTube, but you can find all the links there at htsai.net. Makes it a little simpler. And this second pack is starting to close up, again led by Eric Stoy, but they've got David Garman there. Those two guys know how to work together. George Young is there, and he is definitely one of the great drivers out there on the track right now. And Nathan Anders and Brandon Springer also in this group. So these guys, if they connect and they start going single file, that front group will have had it. Jason Rome currently still leading, getting to a little bit of a push down there by Jeremy Leto. The 5 car of Jacob Morgan down to the inside. He is looking for the lead here, as the 14 Jason Rome is leaning on the 17 there. And now Pud dropping in line behind him. He drops in line to give Jacob a little bit of help, and here comes Travis Sokup. He's bridged the gap between these two groups, and he's got the second group pack coming, and he is right in the draft of the first pack. He is in just the right position as Garmin leads this group down. And don't forget to look for the HTSAI Friday Fun League on iRacing. There is no points, no feelings, just fun races. Every Friday night we do a couple of fun races, except in the event of a Coke 600 or something like that, which several of us ran on Friday night. But usually on Friday nights we do some really, what amounts to silly stuff on iRacing. We did Dirt Legends on a rally course. We've done fog races. We've done all sorts of insane stuff, and everybody loves it. We do enduros and wreck fests and all sorts of fun stuff just to blow off steam at the end of the week as John Schmidt now comes to pit road. Jeremy Leto currently in second. Ryan Soper is in third. And here comes pack number 2. Sokup is right there now. George Young leading pack number 2. They are all in the draft now. Pack number 3 a little bit further back, led by Brandon Springer with Robert Colgan and Brian Oshinska. Oh, Brian's not there. Brian is way back there. So that one is Robert Colgan, Brandon Springer, and a lapped car in there. Uh, 23 laps to go, and up at the front we are starting to see, as these three go 3 wide, you're about to see why these cars are so much fun at this track. Oh, we've got a spin on the back straightaway. The 88 spun coming off turn 2. He gets off the track. There should not be a caution. Let's take another look at it. Oh, it looks like he might have came down at the same time the 48 was coming up. They got together, and he just ended up on the inside. He was on the short end of that stick. Hey, and here's an interesting fact. Just notice this. Jason Rome and Jeremy Leto are the only two Canadians in the field, and they are leading the race, side by side. Now David Garman is back up into the lead pack. He's brought several cars with him, but they have lost a little bit there as Eric Stoy is single file now with Nate Anders as they try and close back up. And the cars behind him, Jacob Morgan, George Young, and Nate Anders. These guys are lining back up just to stay back in the draft, pull back up to that lead group. 22 laps to go. These guys have got to start making something happen. Yeah, he got a little help on that one. Jason Rome maintaining the lead. David Garman right there. Oh, David gets a little squirrely there. I think he got a shot from Ryan Soper there. Pud goes 3 wide into turn 3. The 14 on the low side has the help from Garman. Jason moves up to block. Manages to slide Pud back, and Leto takes advantage of it. He's now on the back bumper of Garman. He's going to push Garman to the front. And here comes Eric Stoy on the bottom. Eric drifts up. He is looking to help. Oh, they're getting really dicey up here. 20 laps to go. This is the way it's probably going to be the rest of the race. And as this lead pack battles 2 and 3 wide, we'll start seeing a couple other cars possibly join up. There is that 3-car pack a little further back. Up front, it is Leto, Garman on the high side. Ryan Soper on the bottom. Jason Rome up there on the high side. 3 wide. Eric Stoy underneath him. Down the front straightaway, 3 wide with 19 laps to go at the line. Three wide for the lead. 3 wide in the second row. Now we just need another 3 cars so they can be 3 wide, 3 deep. And it looks like another, at least 2 more are coming. George Young, Jacob Morgan, and a lap car in there. Oh, we've got a car in the wall. They're up in the sky. Caution is out. The 14 is spinning. Nate Anders was involved. Caution is out. Second caution of the night. They go 4 wide into turn 2. Eric Stoy just drifted up, caught the 14. Several cars in the wall. Let's take a look at what happened to Nate Anders as Jason Rome goes into a flat spin here. Nate Anders gets a bump off one of the cars, and who was that ended up? That was David Garman. Let's rewind his footage real quick. As they started wrecking and they came up the track, Garman ran out of room. He drove it down. Hood slides it, can't get it flipped back over. The 81 of Harley Barletta gets caught behind him. The 75 is caught behind them. Several of the lead pack cars now involved. We will get 1 car back to the lead lap. Jeremy Leto now leads. Ryan Soper second. George Young now third. Eric Stoy is fourth. Jacob Morgan is 5th. Brandon Springer is 6th. Jason Rome currently being scored in 7th. He is heavily damaged. Nate Anders 8th, and 9th is Brian Oshinska. Travis Sokup is 10th. And this late in the race, that big of an incident is definitely going to change things just a little bit. Let's take another look at some of the as Nate Anders just got punched down to the inside. And it looked like George Young just managed to weave his way through all of that. That was some impressive driving from George Young. And there it is. Yes, indeed, Aaron. Yes, the 3 did get sent in a big way. All right, I'm going to see if I can talk to George Young real quick. Hey, George, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
I got you, man.
Hey, man. I have to say, that was some of the most skilled wreck avoidance I've ever seen.
You know, for me, it usually doesn't work out that way. But yeah, man, we were able to get through there and staying up front here, baby.
All right, well, the important question is, were your eyes closed?
Maybe for a second they were. You know, I blinked and I saw I got through there, so we're all good.
All right, man. Well, you're going to restart up in third place, and you've picked up there's 3 cars up at the front now that have picked up 17 spots tonight so far. So you guys, there's at least 3 extremely fast cars, including you, up at the front.
Sounds good, man. Hopefully I could finish it up top here.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
That was some skilled wreck avoidance. Looks like David Garman might be out. He has already disappeared from Discord. Let's see. Will that put the 88 in the wave around position? '88 is actually in the top 5. He's currently running 5th. As they stack back up, I do believe... I have to look and see who got... Looks like Caleb Forsyth had dropped a lap, but he is now back to the lead. All right, so it will be the 2 X-Cal drivers on the front row, Jeremy Leto and Ryan Pud Soper. George Young and Brian Oshinska in the second row. Sokup and Morgan on the third row. Eric Stoy and Nate Anders in the fourth row. Jason Rome and Robert Colgan in the fifth row. And looks like... No, I stand corrected. Jeff Hinkle and Michael Smith have been moved back to the lead lap now. All right, pace truck is in. Leto controls the restart here. Green flag is in the air and 16 laps to go. And they're 3 wide. Back behind him is Oshinska in the middle. Jacob Morgan to the high side. Sokup to the low side. Off into turn number 1. They're trying to go 4 wide. Eric Stoy drops down low. He managed to avoid just by moving the 14. Couldn't get 4 wide underneath of him. Now they're going to come down the back straightaway. How dicey will this thing get now? 15 laps to go. I imagine some of these guys are going to show a little patience. I'd like to think some of these guys are going to show a little patience. But here comes George Young on the bottom. George Young and Jeremy Leto bumping down the front straightaway. Leto's in and out. Soper drops low. Soper's right on the back bumper. And they're 3 wide right behind him. Eric Stoy in the middle as they come through the field. Jeremy Leto is really starting to have some connection difficulties coming through the turns. That could come into play as the race goes on. And we've got the lead pack is about 12 cars deep right now. Ryan Soper down on the bottom to the lead. The 48 now of George Young starting to make his... Oh, the 48 connects with the 17. They get Soper. Caution is out. And looks like the 48 just had the momentum, came up, got the 17. They bumped into the Ryan Pud Soper there. Everybody manages to keep it straight, get back on track, but several of the top drivers lose some positions there. As Robert Colgan, Jeremy Leto now in the lead. Robert Colgan into second. Jason Rome is third. Eric Stoy is fourth. And Jacob Morgan now back to fifth. Brian Oshinska, who was running up in the top five, he has dropped back to about 11th. All right, Jason Rome now going to assume the lead as Jeremy Leto went to pit road. Eric Stoy now staying out. Jacob Morgan staying out. Brandon Springer staying out. Nate Anderson. So it looks like Robert Colgan, Travis Soka, Brian Soper, Jeremy Leto, and George Young. And you know what? There's a couple of X-Cal drivers in there hitting the pits late in this run. I would imagine after the last few weeks, they know something these other guys just don't. Mike Smith getting a wave around it. Look, according to the stats, him and Jeff Hinkle had gotten waved around last time. Apparently not. So that's going to move Mike Smith up to the lead lap. And let's see if we can find Smith and talk to him real quick. Hey, Mike, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me, bud?
Doug, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man. Just got back to the lead lap, and now you're going to be starting back there a little further back, but you're going to have a few laps. You're going to be able to get it done?
Man, I'll tell you, my foot will be through the floorboards trying to weave my way through this traffic, but I'm going to give it everything I got.
All right, well, it's getting a little three wide up at the front. Are you going to take any precautions, or you just going to send it?
Well, we're going to go green with, about 10 to go, and it is full send time, baby.
All right, well, let's see if you can get that Boogity Motorsports car to the front.
All right, Doc, thanks a lot.
All right, that was Mike Smith in the 9 car. And now back to the lead lap. They will, as you heard, restart with 10 laps to go. They have one green-white checkered available. So we're going to have 13 cars now back on the lead lap. It'll be Jason Rome, Eric Stoy, Jacob Morgan, Brandon Springer, Nate Anders, Caleb Forsyth, Ryan Soper, Brian Oshinska, Robert Colgan, Travis Sokup, Mike Smith, George Young, and Jeremy Leto. Jeff Hinkle and Topher Baltimore are the first cars one lap down, and you know both of them have got to have their fingers crossed, as does Greg McDaniel, that they can pick up some positions. And as of right now, the car that has made up the most ground is in 7th place. That is Brian Oshinska, who started in 21st and is up to 7th. And now all these X-Cal cars further back, like Soper and Leto, we'll see if that pit stop, 4 tires, pays off here. As Jason Rome is going to lead him down. He will control the restart. Eric Stoy on the outside. Morgan and Springer right behind him. Pace truck is in, and for my buddy Jason Rome, green flag in the air, pitter patter. Let's get at her, Jason. Jason checks out. Probably not the wisest move to get that far out front on the restart. We'll see what happens as a lot of cars coming up behind them, and they are 3 wide. For about 5th through 7th, they are 3 wide back there. They shuffle themselves back out 2 wide for the moment. Mike Smith in that second pack, but he's got his foot all the way down, and he's got some help. He's got some fast cars back there with fresh tires. Back up front, Jacob Morgan is looking for the lead here. Coming down the front stretch, they're going to have about 9 laps to go at the line. They did have 2 fast repairs available here tonight. We will see if they see how many of them left and see how many need them as they go off into turn 1, too wide for the lead, but here comes Pud looking on the inside. Not enough room quite yet. He's going to stay back behind and build up a run. Meanwhile, a little further back, here comes the fresh tires of Jeremy Leto. Travis Sokup, I do believe he was one that came in and got fresh tires. And Soper came in and got fresh tires, and he's right back up there. They're 3 wide through the front straightaway. They're 3 wide, 2 deep there. Side by side for the lead. Everybody keeps it straight. Will they be able to keep it straight through 1 and 2 if there's going to be an incident? Guarantee you this is where it's going to happen as Eric Stoy drifts up. Pud to the outside there. Pud right behind Jacob Morgan on the high side. He's got a heck of a run here. Still 3 wide at the front. 8 laps to go. 4 wide out of turn 4. Coming down the front straightaway. They are 4 wide. Eric Stoy in the middle. Jacob Morgan. Eric gets a little loose there. Coming through the front straightaway. Manages to hang on to it. Jacob Morgan comes down. Taps the front of Eric Stoy. Everybody keeps it straight. 4 wide still. Jason Rome blocking like crazy, just trying to hold on to that top spot. But he's got Ryan Pud Soper on the outside. Ryan way up high. The 75 gets together. Pud in the wall. Several cars crashing. Caution is out. There's another big one. It looks like, a lot of cars wadded up there. Topher Baltimore is in there. Nate Anders was caught in this. Let's take a couple of different angles at this. As the 75 got loose, turned Nate Anders up into the wall. The 85 is there. 45, the 84 of Pud. The 48 was involved. The 73 was involved. And tires are going everywhere. Let's take a look at it from Topher Baltimore's perspective. Oh, wait a minute. And the big crash happening in front of Topher. He is on the brakes. Too much smoke, and there was the 75 sideways. Nothing he can do. And we are going to have a lot of tore up cars on pit road. And Jacob Morgan, Jason Rome, and Jeremy Leto now up at the front. Brian Oshinska managed to avoid all of that. He is now up to 6th. That happened right behind him. So Ryan Soper, Caleb Forsyth, Brandon Springer, George Young, and Topher Baltimore are all on pit road. That should put the 23 of Jeff Hinkle in the lucky dog position here. Let me see if I can get a hold of Mr. Leto. Hey, Jeremy Leto, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man. You've had a bit of an up and down night, but it looks like you're going to be restarting about 3rd place, and you've got definitely one of the fastest cars out there.
Yeah, hopefully things go good once we restart.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. You're definitely representing XCal here tonight, doing a great job, and good luck to you, bud.
Thank you, Doug.
All right, that is Jeremy Leto in the 17 car. He is one of the top drivers in the XCal Racing League. And Richie West dropped in, cheering on all the BRR guys. Not exactly sure where the 48 was going. I think he was trying to find another lane there, but these things happen when they get down to it. This will not put them into overtime. They will not be on a green-white checkered when they restart, so they will still have the potential for a green-white checkered. Jason Rome, unfortunately, is not in the Discord, so we can't talk to him. Or we would. Eric Stoy up there in the top 4. Let's see if we can get a quick word in with him. Hey Eric, this is Doug. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Hey man, you're sitting pretty in the top 5 right now. You gonna be able to get that Hooters car to the front?
Hey, I mean, that's the plan. I got this 14 card Jason in front of me, but I think I got some tricks for him.
All right, man. Looks like you're about to go green, but watch out for that 14 card in his Canadian restarts.
I am. Thanks, Doug.
All right, thanks, Eric. All right, that was Eric Stoy in the 4 car as they get ready to go green flag racing here from Michigan. They will restart with 3 laps to go. They have the potential for 1 green-white checkered. Jason Rome up front, Jacob Morgan in second, Jeremy Leto, Eric Stoy, Travis Sokup, currently the top 5. The 5 that are going to get paid tonight. Green flag is in the air, and oh, we've got a wreck already on the restart. What happened there? The 30 of, I believe that was Greg McDaniel trying to get his lap back. We'll have to see. I'm not sure what happened there. Several cars wrecking at the start. Looks like Jeff Hinkle was involved. We'll have to take another look at that. Oh, it looks like somebody checked up. The 7 went up, got into the 44, Brian Oshinska, and several cars involved there. And it looked like the 30 car just capitalized on that. That was Greg McDaniel, just took the run down on the bottom. Meanwhile, Jacob Morgan off the front here. They are battling side by side. They're leaning on each other. Sokup is leaning on Leto there. They disconnect, but here comes Ryan Soper straight up the middle. Meanwhile, up front, Jason Rome, Jacob Morgan, and Eric Stoy. Eric Stoy there on the outside in the green Hooters car, the Marlboro car, driven by Jacob Morgan. Once they take the white flag, there will be no caution, so hopefully they can make it around. We'll get the white flag and see a wild finish here. Greg McDaniels had to go to pit. Oh, the 14 gets into the back of Jacob Morgan, backs off, manages to save it. Morgan goes up and hits the 4 car. Several cars. Oh, and he clips the bottom of the... He clips the 17. Will they take the green? Or the white, excuse me. They take the white before the caution comes out. So right now, looks like about a 4-horse battle. No, we've got cars coming back now. Sokup looking to the inside. Rome on the bottom. He is in the lead. Here comes Pud to the outside. Pud looking low. Pud gets in the back. He's trying to rattle the 14's cage here. They've got lap cars down to the inside. Pud jumps to the high side. Jacob Morgan right there with them. Jacob Morgan has a run down to the inside. They make it 4 wide. Morgan gets through, but he's loose. He gets loose coming out of 4. Jason gets into the quarter panel. Who's it going to be at the line? Sokup is coming quickly. Jason Rome wins. Travis Sokup comes home second. Ryan Soper finishes 4th. Leto is 5th. And Jason Rome wins. Travis Sokup is 2nd. Ryan Soper is 3rd. Jeremy Leto is 4th. Nate Anders comes home 5th. Jeff Hinkle, after getting a lap back, comes back in 6th. And the biggest mover so far tonight, or the biggest mover of the night, was Jeremy Leto. After starting in 18th, he manages to get to 14th. Next would be Brian Oshinska, who picked up 11 spots, but looks like per fan vote, we're going to... That 5 did get messed up. It looks like Jeremy Leto will be getting a $5 bonus. And before I forget, I should probably write these down. And here in just a minute, I'll see if I can get a hold of Jason. We'll see if Jason hops into the Discord for us to be able to talk to the winner. And in the meantime, let's see if... I did not see Travis Sokup earlier, but let me... What a wild finish out of these guys. I am not seeing our top guys out there, though. Ryan Pud Soper has already disappeared. Oh, no, there he is. He managed to come home 3rd. I'm looking to see... I think this might be Jason. There's Jason. Hey, Jason, this is Doug up in the booth. You got me, buddy?
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, man. First off, congratulations. That was a great win and a wild finish.
That was a wild finish. I'm not sure. Everybody was kind of going for it at the end there. So I think it was a couple laps ago. It's kind of, you know what I mean? Every man for himself.
That is true. And you definitely pulled off the win, but more importantly, no Canadian restarts.
You can't do a Canadian restart in these things.
Well, I said that to you a couple weeks ago, and you said, oh, you'd find a way. So I was waiting to see if you could find a way tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to win, though, so none of that stuff.
Well, congratulations, man. You started back in 7th, and you were up there in the top most of the night, and just a heck of a run.
Yeah, it was a good race. Thanks for everybody, coming out and whatnot, and good luck to our sponsor on their new business endeavor. And it was fun. Never really run street stocks like that before, but it was fun.
All right, man. Congratulations. I know you're celebrating with the BRR guys. Have some fun. I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Thanks, Doug.
All right. He did mention our sponsor. Do not forget, please go to the Facebook page and look at Niney and Gigi's Designs. Go check them out. They can do custom-made stuff for you. They've got a lot of really cool stuff. And if you've got a wife, girlfriend, whoever, mom, whoever likes that kind of stuff, everybody can always use another cup. So definitely go check them out. Really appreciate them putting on this whole thing tonight. Great of Bill and Melissa Percy, and especially Melissa Percy looking at some of her stuff earlier in the day. Just some beautiful craftsmanship and beautiful work. So huge shout out to them for putting this on. Go check them out. Support the sponsors. Don't forget to tune in for the remaining every broadcast here. You can tune in tomorrow night for some dirt tracking at 7:30 Eastern. Tuesday night we will have the special event Wednesday night, we'll be back with Outlaws again. Friday night, we will have the late night series with Nowski Nation and the Tyler Daniels Racing. So a lot of great, exciting stuff coming very soon in broadcasts, and heck of a race here tonight. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit that share button. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitch, on YouTube. You can find all those links at htsai.net, including the link for our race sponsor and their Facebook page. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight. This has been a heck of a fun night, heck of a finish, and yeah, Super B, if you want to message me on Facebook, I will be more than happy to help you get hooked up with XCal. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Amazing race. Have a great night.